Okay, welcome back, dear friends. Today, I'd like to continue our series of Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be Crossroads 1. I will put the link into the description section below so that you can download the image. Before we begin today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. So now, let's get started. To save time, I have already imported the virtual machine image into the virtual box. And now we can go into the kernel Linux. As you can see over here, I have already identified the virtual machine, the IP address of this virtual machine as 254. And then I did the nmap scanning. I did the scene scan, the virtual scan, script scan, and also the comprehensive scan by specifying the option of -p-. From the nmap scanning, we can know there's some open port. The first one is 80, which runs HTTP service and also the actual version information. And the next one, or the next two open ports, are used by the Samba service. So I think, as I said before, if the virtual machine or target has Samba service installed or opened, we need to do the enumeration for the Samba service first. And we can use the two I'd like to use is SMB client. Specify the IP address and put our kernel Linux password, kernel. And as you can see, there is the share or Samba share, and we can to see whether we can access this share name or share, and we can use, we still use the Samba client. But connect field need some authentication. So also we can use the enum for Linux to do enumeration of the target. So I think the enum for Linux too has identified the username, which is Albert. Maybe we can make note onto our pad or notebook. And so what can we do? And I think we need to do some enumeration for the 80 port. Now let's open up our browser and put our IP address of the virtual machine. Oh, I need to refresh the browser. So wait for the browser is loading. Yeah. And I think we cannot find anything useful from the page itself. Also, we can check the source code. And as you can see, this site is configured to make a connection to this site. Of course, this should be outside of our Pentesting lab. I mean the virtual lab. So, and also we can check whether this site has robots file. And we can robots. Maybe we can use the terminal to do this. Robots. Yeah, there is one file. We need to make a copy. And paste in here. And now we need to download this image and go to our working directory. Of course, for the because the format is PNG, we cannot use like a stack. My Linux is some sort of snow. Yeah. I think so. The virtual machine is not stable. Anyway. Now we cannot use like a stack hide or stack seek to extract hidden message from the image, which is in PNG format. But we can use the X2 to see whether there is any hidden message in this image. But not nothing special from this image. Also, we can use the bin walk and cross. Yeah, no module, so maybe has some problem for this one. Anyway, and now what can we do? We can to do some directory enumeration. Go buster. I think we got one file, note.txt, and also we can open up another tab, cross, and can use Q command to get this file. Yeah. Just find 3 kings of blues, then move to the crossroads. So I think now, and you cannot get any more directories or files from the GoBuster. But do you remember? We have already identified the username from the enum for Linux 2. Maybe we can use the like Hydra. Albert, and specify the word list. And of course we can use LockQ. And this time we need to crack the password for the Samba service. But I can tell you, this time, of course, the Hydra is very powerful when we try to crack the password for many different services like FTP, like SSH, and also for the Samba. However, these two will not work in this case, for this virtual machine. Instead, we need to use the Medusa, and we can get the instruction, the H. So we can, H is, and we need to specify the username, okay? Albert. And the password, of course, we can use the LockQ. And we also need to specify the module or service name. And we do not need to give the extension. We just put SMP NT. Okay? Let's hit run. So, yeah, we have already got the password for the user, Albert. And we can make a copy onto our notebook, and then we can log in or access Samba share. But this time we need to specify the username as Albert and the password we can paste in here. Yeah, now we successfully log in. Okay, we get the SMB, and we need to take a look at this file, and we can cut. Of course, you can walk through the content of this configuration file. Of course, this is the configurations of file, which will be used by a Samba service. But you can make a notice of this option. It means the magic script and the name of the shell script. So I think the magic, if this option is enabled or is on, it means that we can upload such a shell script onto the virtual machine. And then when we open this shell script, and this shell script will be executed automatically. But we need to generate this shell script first. This will be very easy. We can use the echo. We can use the netcat and make a collection to our Kali Linux, the port number, and we, of course, we need to use this string as our file name, and we need to upload this shell script onto the target, which is easy. We just use the put command, script. But we need to set up the listener first, sudo, and to see whether we can get the reverse shell. Yeah, as you can see, immediately we got the collection from the target, and we can check the ID. ID is Albert, and of course, this is not friendly shell. We need to make this interactive or bash shell, and we can use the module, which is pty as usual. And we can, yeah, we go to up layer, and we got the user flag here. And I think in the home directory of Albert user, the two files which deserves our attention. The first one is beloot, because this file has SUID bit. It means that, in other words, if we run this file, and we'll get the root privilege temporarily, and so we can try run this, but we need to provide the password for the root. Of course, we don't have. We just quit this file. And I think the second file, which is noticeworthy, is this one. Just now we have already took a look at this image. Yeah, all the file name is the same, but I think we already maybe we can open up another tab. go to our working directory. So if you check the size of the file, this one is 1.1 megabyte. But if you look at the file size of this image, this is a bit larger, which is 1.6 megabyte. So it means that there's some suspicious message inside this image. We need to download this image to our Kali Linux. So how to download? I can use the Python, and we can set up the web server by Python, and then we can download this file onto our Kali Linux. But I think because the file name is the same, so we can rename this existing image to another name, like we can use the cross to the back. And then we need to download this file, and we can check with Python 3. Yeah, Python 3 is installed. And okay, and now we can use the wget to download, and the name I think is the same, so we just paste here, no problem. And now we need to use some stack tool like stack seek, stack hide, but just I said at the beginning, in the initial stage, we cannot use like a stack hide, stack seek tools to extract the information from the image which is formatted by the PNG. So this time we need to use another tool, stack veritas. I think I have already installed this. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, this file, this tool, stack veritas, and we can make a copy. In case I type wrongly, but I didn't install it correctly. Maybe I can start it now. And then I can try stack veritas, but nothing found. It's interesting. I need to fix this issue first. Sorry, just now I restored this tool, and now I think can work properly. And now we need to pass the file name, which is cross. Oh, my Kali Linux is very laggy. And now we can I don't know what's wrong with my Kali Linux. Yeah, it's okay. Let's run. Oh, there's some errors, but I think it will not affect the final result. So wait for this to be completed, and then I'll come back. Okay, now the Kali Linux is working. So after we run the command stack veritas, and a new directory will appear the results, and we can go to this directory and go to the keepers, and there's several files, but I can tell you just the first one has a meaningful words. We can cut this file. It looks like this is a password list, and if you cut another file like the second one, it's some sort of gibberish. So I think now we need to upload, or maybe we can rename this file to a simpler file name. Like we can make a copy because this file name is too long, and we can rename it to like a password list. And now we need to upload this file onto the virtual machine. This will be very easy. We just set up the listener, the HTTP server by Python. And now we can go back to our, I need to interrupt. Oh, we lost our collection, but I think it's okay. And now we need to read this file or download this file again, and then we can get the shell. Because you remember the magic option, it means that we can get the virtual machine will run the shell script when we download or open the file. Okay, maybe we can cancel, but now, yeah. And we can paste in here, and now we can like get. Okay, this time we should get the collection, yeah, as you see, and we can make this interactive. We need to do it again. And we need to download the password dictionary from our Kali Linux. Right? No problem. Now we need to use the shell script to do the cracking. We need to get the root password. You remember, when we run this file, we need to put the password. If the password is wrong, and then will give us the result. So how to do it? We can for I in cat cat password and do echo I and tunnel to be root and done. Okay, so after we complete running this shell script, and we got the new files, the name is root creds. We can cut this file. Yeah, we got the password for the root. Of course, this will be Very easy to get root shell because we got the root password. We can switch to the root and we can make a copy of the password. As you can see now, we are root, and go to the root directory, and we got the root flag here. Okay, so that's all I'd like to demonstrate in this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.